Yay Networks.
Welcome back to Bees In with Brit. I'm your host, Brit Madrid-Mogensen, and today we're talking about Libra season. So this is the season that we all find ourselves in right now. From September 23rd to October 23rd every single year, that little time period is known as Libra season. And every single season has a different energy, a different vibe, and different potentials. During Libra season, this is when we can focus on glowing up when it comes to our beauty, our finances, and our relationships. So this is one that is very important. We definitely want to make the most of it. And I'm going to tell you guys how in this episode. So the sign of Libra is ruled by the planet Venus. And everything that we talk about in this episode is going to come back to the Venus vibes. Venus rules beauty, love, abundance, and money. So this is a time when we can really channel our most beautiful selves. We can enjoy a little bit of luxury, indulge more than we do at other times of year, and we don't have to feel guilty about it. Not even a little bit. Okay, so the Libra sun sign celebs that we can look to who really have that Libra energy that we're all going to be in during this time period. Kim Kardashian, one of the most famous Libras, Bella Hadid, Gwyneth Paltrow, Addison Rae, Cardi B, and Doja Cat. So all of these women have a Libra sun sign, which means that they really shine in Libra energy. And if we look at all of them, some of the similarities that they have that are very Libran is a balanced approach. When you are in Libra energy, when you are experiencing Libra energy, no matter what sign you are, this is the time when we want to set ourselves up for success when it comes to partnerships with other people. So being honest, being truthful. Libra is also the sign of justice. So, what we really feel, what we really believe is going to come out during this season. And we can get along better with other people from a very authentic place when we honor that. So we want to use that vibe. We want to really lean in and be our best Libra selves. Here is how it affects each of the elements. So let's talk first about the air signs, Libra, Aquarius, and Gemini. You guys are really in your element. So because Libra is an air sign, this just kind of feels like you get the wind in your sails a little bit more right now. It's like your energy just picks up. Everybody who has an air sun is like a little bit more energized than usual. So use that. Be sure that you're channeling it towards the Libra season themes that we're going to talk about in this episode. Be sure that you use that extra energy for good to improve your life, improve your relationships, and you will not regret it. It's going to be a lot of fun. Okay, for our earth signs, our Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, you guys tend to be, and I'm included in this, I'm a Virgo sun, so we tend to be a little more grounded. And during an air sign season, we kind of have to recalibrate. We're like, wait, what? I'm not able to do the exact same things I would usually do. So this is a time when the universe is giving you permission, earth signs, to have a little bit more fun. Don't worry, during Virgo season, you did all the hard work, so you're good. Relax, have fun, maybe take a spa day, earth signs. You deserve it. I know you guys have earned it. And really let Libra season lighten up your life, lighten up your mood, go on some extra dates. That's going to be so good for you. It's a very restorative time for our earth signs who tend to work really hard. Fire signs, so Aries, Sagittarius, Leo, you guys love Libra season so much because fire signs are, fiery, and you guys already have a lot of energy. You can feel a little bit bogged down in water sign seasons or earth sign seasons, but when you're in a fire or an air sign season, you guys just light up. Because if we think about a fire, what happens when the wind starts to kick up? Well, the flames will spread, right? The flames will get stronger. So that's exactly what happens to all fire signs. Your natural energy, it's almost like it's your season, like you guys are going to feel so alive, and all of these areas of your life are going to be really, really blessed, the ones that we're going to talk about in this episode. So make sure that you really lean in, just like I said, to those air signs and make the most of it. Focus on what you want to grow this season, and you'll have really good results. And last but not least, our lovely sweetheart water signs, our Pisces, our Scorpio, our Cancer friends. you guys tend to feel kind of similar to the earth signs, like, okay, like Libra season, like what's going on? I'm really deep. This is kind of lighthearted. Like I'm just supposed to, like what? Like, so you guys you have a little moment where you're kind of like, what's going on here? Well, here's what's going on. So you guys get to enjoy this season just like everybody else. And this is a time when, you can really focus on that self-care. Water signs are always like, being loving. You guys are really great at like nurturing other people, sharing your emotions, listening. So when you're in Libra season, it's actually a really great time for you because all of the qualities that we use during Libra season come naturally to you. The only thing that you guys have to get past is the feeling that you're not having to take things as seriously as you normally would. So similar to the earth signs, you guys give yourself permission to lighten up, have a good time, flirt a little if you're single, like get out there, get a new outfit. Just know that this is a really good time for you to just be you, our water signs. All right, and we're going to take a quick break. And when we get back, we're going to talk about the do's and the don'ts of Libra season for everybody. Okay, let's talk about everyone's favorite topic when it comes to, well, really any season, love and relationships. Who doesn't want to be in love? We all want to feel loved. We all want to feel like we're surrounded by people that accept us, whether it's romantic love or your family or your friends or even your colleagues. And one of my favorite things about Libra season is that it gives us the opportunity to improve those relationships. So let's talk about this a little bit more. Libra is the sign of the scales. It's the sign of justice. Libra is all about giving, like balancing the give and take between two people. And that's really what makes a good relationship, right? Anytime you're in a relationship of any kind and one person is giving more than they're getting, there's going to be resentment. Things aren't going to be working out as well. And Libra reminds us that we can all get along if we have like that mutual respect, that mutual love and friendship. So Libra's all about making sure that we communicate to other people what our needs are and that we listen when other people tell us what it is that they need. So if you've been struggling, a lot of people, when I do birth chart readings, for example, like they'll come to me about relationship issues. And I love Libra season because this is when people are just naturally more open to being able to compromise. Libra rules like mediation, negotiation, law. For example, my husband, he's in court right now. He's a lawyer. I call him the Libra lawyer as a joke. And like, he's doing that right now, negotiating and, fighting on behalf of justice for people who need a voice, basically. So if you find that energy within yourself and you think about all your relationships, you can think about how am I showing up in my work relationship, for example. Let's say there's a colleague that you tend to really struggle with. You guys just don't see eye to eye. You get into little scuffles, and you just find that you really don't enjoy being around them. Libra season gives you this opportunity to try to think a little bit differently. Get outside of yourself and look at it from a Libra point of view. What do you bring to the table? What are your needs? How do you show up? That's one side of the scale. Then the other side of the scale would be, how are they showing up? What are their needs? Am I really listening? And also, am I communicating what my needs are? It's that give and take that Libra inspires us to get really good at, which creates relationships that are mutually beneficial and solves a whole lot of problems. Because it's possible that, I know I've done this before, that we're not communicating what our needs are and people aren't mind readers, right? And then on the other side, it's possible that someone else has asked you for what they need, but maybe you weren't really listening. So just kind of getting into that mindset when it comes to any relationships that are established. Libra is just so good at that. And if you channel that vibe during this period of time, chances are really high that you will be able to work out your differences with other people. So I love that. I always tell people, focus on Libra season if you're having relationship issues. This is the time to show up, even more so. And then for all my singles out there, I have so many single friends who are looking for love, and I gave them all the text on September 23rd. I said, Libra season is here, honey. Get out there, go on those dates, dress up, have fun with it. Libra season so Libra rules the seventh house, okay? And in astrology, the seventh house is the house of partnerships, any one-to-one serious relationship. So that's where you'll find like marriage and really close friendships. So this season, it makes sense, right? That this is when you could possibly meet someone that would be a great partner for you. So this is when we're kind of putting out the vibe, we can really attract the partner that we want. So again, we got to show up as the partner that, we want to be. So if you're single and you want to meet somebody, put yourself out there during Libra season. Don't be afraid to, maybe do things that you wouldn't normally do. Like if you're not someone who really goes on dating apps, maybe give it a try, If you're somebody who usually says no when your friends try to set you up, let them do it. It's just, I was telling my friend the other day, she was like, I don't know about going on this date. And I was like, you know what? Look at it like this person could be a potential new friend. And the worst thing that happens is you get a free dinner and you dress up and you have a good time. You get out of the house, basically. Like not everything has to be the end all be all, which brings me to the shadow side of Libra. So one of the most Libra of Libra sons that I have ever seen in life is Kim Kardashian. So not only does she exemplify a lot of Libran qualities like in her relationships, the shadow side, for example, would be her 72-day marriage to Chris Humphries. And no shade, hey, we all have our journey. Every single sign has their shadow side. But since we're talking about Libra season, I just thought this was a great example because we have to be careful that while we are like surrounded by this Venus vibe, all like the love and like, we got our hair done and we're wearing our favorite outfits, we have to be careful that we don't rush in to love. So that's the shadow side. The shadow side is like, oops, I got married in Vegas, and I'm not kidding. Or like, whoops, I've been spending every single day at this guy's house for the past week and we just started dating. So it's like, just remember to kind of pump the brakes and stay balanced, even if your emotions start to kind of run away with you. Enjoy it. Like let the Venus vibe wash over you, but don't, but stay balanced. Okay. Keep the scales balanced. That's the best advice for the shadow side, I got to say. Okay. So let's take a quick break. And after this, we're going to talk about some Libra season style inspo and your do's and don'ts to make sure that this season is the best yet. So we are going to take a break so I can tell you guys about Bombas. Bombas is one of the sponsors of this podcast, and I am obsessed with this brand. So Bombas' mission is simple. Make the most comfortable clothes ever and match every item sold with an equal item donated. So when you buy Bombas, you are also giving to someone in need. It's really beautiful. When you're spending money, you're also doing something for others. So that makes you feel good, right? Let's talk a little bit about this fabulous brand. So Bombas designed their socks, shirts, and underwear to be the clothes that you can't wait to put on every day. You guys, not only are these clothing items cute, they come in a variety of colors. So we've been talking about style and fashion this episode. So whether you want to do like some neutrals, they've got something for you. If you like bright colors, they've got you covered too. There really is something for everyone. And there's even a quiz online if you're trying to find out what type of performance sock or gear is going to be right for you. They've got you covered. There's also a no-show sock. You know how when we like work out or even when we're wearing like those little booties, sometimes your socks will slip down in your shoes and it's absolutely awful. Well, Bombas has a special no-show sock that is designed for comfort while being specifically engineered to never fall down. These babies are going nowhere. They stay tight and snug and they just feel incredible. Bombas t-shirts are also made with really beautiful, thoughtful design features. They have these invisible seams and soft fabrics. So if you are lounging around, you'll still feel chic and beautiful. Again, we know it's Libra season, so we want to feel good. We want to look good. And you're also doing good for others. So it's just an amazing brand, you guys. I absolutely love it. And did you know that socks, underwear, and t-shirts are the 3 most requested clothing items at homeless shelters? The holidays are coming up and it's getting cold. And I know that I always feel better when I'm doing things for other people as well. So Bombas donates every single item that you buy, you donate to somebody else. It's a one-for-one model. It's really unique and beautiful in the industry. So far, Bombas customers like you have helped donate over 50 million items of essential clothing. So they're really doing some good out there. Go to bombas.com/bzen and use code bzen for 20% off your first purchase. That's bombas.com/bzen and use code BZEN at checkout. Bombas.com/bzen, code BZEN. Okay, so now that we have the biggest don't out of the way, biggest shadow side situation, let's talk about the overall do's and don'ts to keep in mind during the Libra season period. Okay, so let's start with the do's. Start with the high vibe of Libra. So like I said, Venus is the planet that rules Libra, and Venus is associated with like love, beauty, abundance. Think about like your finances, like just so many good things, right? Well, you can use this energy in your day-to-day life to really give a little bit of extra like zhuzh to all the areas of your life. So you could like decorate your home. You could get some inspo by like going to like what I like to do is I'll go to like Borders and I'll buy or I'll just like look at one of their big like coffee table books. Like I love Martin Lawrence Ballard, for example. I wonder if he's a Libra because his style is so like luxurious and like Venus energy. But things like that, like if you want to incorporate like feathers or crystals or, the Libra season lucky colors that attract partnership, love, and abundance, pink and light blue. Actually, the colors right behind me, if you guys are watching this on YouTube, I use a lot of Libra colors because it's very like calming and soothing. So think about how you can add like a little touch of glamour to your decor if you want to give it a little extra oomph. This is like the perfect time to do that. Also, you could meet someone, like I said, that you could build a relationship with, getting out of your comfort zone, being more communicative about who you are. I know that, like, I remember before I was married, I would get really nervous sometimes when I would go on dates. And I'm a really friendly person. So it's not like, I don't know, it would just be like there would be this anxiety, right? That would kind of kick in. Some of you guys probably know what I'm talking about. And during Libra season, this is a really good time to remind yourself, if you're out there on the dating scene, that the people you meet are just, potential new friends, potential partners, that you really don't have to be anything more than yourself, because whoever you end up with, if you want a balanced, real relationship, which is the kind of relationship that the seventh house, in our charts definitely wants us to have, you're going to need to just be yourself. So I would say work on, that self-love, work on feeling grounded within yourself and showing up in a way that's just harmonious. Let the Venus vibes flow. Like, don't take anything too seriously. So that would be kind of like how to get out there more, a little bit more advice on that. As far as like your relationships, like I said, if you've been having conflicts with somebody, this is a really good time to have that talk. Sometimes we put off those talks and we'll get to the shadow side, but don't put things off during Libra season. Be sure that you face things head on, but are, patient and kind and balanced in your communication, and things will go very well. Okay. Also, if you need to have some sort of like important negotiation, like at work, if you do freelance, for example, and you need to raise your rates, Libra season is perfect for that because Venus rules finances as well as love. It's like all, the good things, right? Like who doesn't love, a new purse and the love of their life? Like it's a good vibe. So during Libra season, if you need to ask for more money, if you need to value yourself, find that self-worth, this is a really good time to start practicing doing that. I know that when we have to get out of our comfort zones and ask for more, that can be a little bit daunting, right? It can feel kind of stressful, but Libra season has your back. So if you have been thinking of something that you need to ask for more, try it. Do it now. I promise you it will go so much better than you expect, especially if you just take the reins and do it during Libra season. Also, beauty treatments. Okay, so Venus is the sign of the planet of beauty. So like if you want to get a little treatment, especially, by the way, disclaimer, after October 2nd, please, because Mercury is still retrograde until October 2nd. So anytime after October 2nd, if you want to get a haircut, if you want to kind of change up your look, for fall, a lot of people like to go a little darker. I know that like red is a trend that I've been seeing with people's hair. Like if you feel inspired to do something that's a little bit different, but you feel like would make you feel really beautiful, do it. Try it. Remember, it's just hair, it's just clothes. You can always go back, but this is a time when you're really encouraged to try new things and really focus on your looks, because this is just a time when it'll work out. Like the inspo will come to you. I'm telling you, it's crazy. It's just the energy that is around during this time of year. And you'll be really surprised at how beautiful and how good you feel, how good you look. It's just going to be an overall improvement. So anything like new makeup, a haircut, a beauty treatment. Yesterday I went to Ulta and I was like, it's Libra season, so I guess I have an excuse. But I did. I bought some new stuff because you know what? I wanted to. And it did. It worked, guys. It made me feel good. It made me feel ready for the season. So do it. Indulge a little bit. You deserve it. This is the time. Also, as far as like I said, self-care, if you have been wanting to take better care of yourself, so as far as like a wellness routine, and I'm not talking like an Aries season vibe where you just need to really go hard. I'm talking about, let's say you haven't been working out very much and you want to feel better, like overall. It's more of like a wellness energy because Libra is such like a luxurious vibe. So let's say you've been wanting to try a new class. This would be a great time to start like a yoga practice, even like a spin or like a cycle class if it's something that's fun. Like I love SoulCycle personally. So like that's a Libra vibe because everything's pretty and like upbeat. And I genuinely have a good time doing it. So if there is something that you could do, like even go for a walk with your dog or something like that that makes you feel really good and like nurtured, that's a great thing to start during Libra season because chances are it will continue to carry you through. When it comes to health and wellness, you guys, like I used to be a group fitness instructor. Like in my previous life, I always say I've had like 9 lives. But I did that for 3 years. And what I noticed, and we've all heard this, but it's so true. What I noticed is that if you don't like what you're doing, you're not going to do it. If your wellness routine becomes torture, you're not going to do it. And I say, work with yourself, not against yourself, especially during Libra season. Make sure that if you're wanting to focus on fitness or, health, eat healthier, find those resources that you genuinely like, and then it becomes effortless and it becomes a part of your routine and it lifts you up and it doesn't like exhaust you. You know what I mean? It's a totally different feel, right? Also, you could update your wardrobe. Oh my gosh, this is the best time, you guys, to update your wardrobe, to try out new looks. And, Libra season coincides with fall, and fall winter fashion is, it's everything. I'm a fall winter person. Personally, like I do not love the summer styles quite as much. I am all about the boots, the sweaters, the jackets, so I'm excited about Libra season. And this is when you can really like look at all of the fall fashions that are out there and spend a little time, with yourself, spend some time with your closet. Think about I love how, Kim Kardashian's stylist, she'll like take photos of all the looks that are in her closet and like pair things with the shoes and stuff. I'm not saying you have to go that far, but she's a Libra and she loves it. It works for her, keeps her style organized and on point. So if you want to do that, if you want to go all out Kim Kardashian style this Libra season, do it. Get one of those Polaroid cameras or just use your iPhone and lay out different outfits for inspo. You can create like a vision board if you want. I just find that when I actually take the time to do that with my closet, with my outfits, like I just feel good. You know what I mean? It just makes you feel good, makes you feel put together. And again, Libra season, a great time to attract love. So the more you are like putting energy and effort into yourself, into your look, into your style, all that good stuff, the more you'll be able to attract what's really right for you, the better you'll feel, the higher your vibe will be. Okay, so yeah, give it a try and enjoy yourself. Most of all, you guys, all of this you'll notice is about having more fun, pampering yourself more. It's about increasing the amount of love in your life, increasing the amount of money in your life, all the good things. Okay, let's talk about the don'ts now. So like I said, every sign has a shadow. And the Libra shadow, it's not too bad, but it's definitely there. And we have to be careful because as we're having this great time, as we're working on our wardrobe, as we're getting the new makeup, trying a new hairstyle, all the good stuff, we have to be careful that we don't fall into some of the Libra vibe traps like gossiping, especially while Mercury is in retrograde and like in the retrograde shadow a little bit into October. Until about the middle of October, to be honest, you got to be careful because if you gossip during Libra season, you guys, air signs especially, I love you, but I'm talking to you, it can backfire. I'm just going to say it can backfire. What you say, behind closed doors is probably going to come to the light because Libra is all about justice. So that's like truth, honesty. And Libras are known to accidentally put their foot in their mouth by, texting the wrong person, something that was meant for like a different friend, saying a little bit something rude or talking behind someone else's back. That's one of the like Libra vices. They just are so social that sometimes they will, they want to talk about people a little bit too much. So watch out for that. Don't fall into that trap. Another thing that you want to stay away from is people pleasing. So we've talked about all of the good things about the communication that Libra brings and all of the, ways we could use it to help balance our relationships, to listen and share more, and to ask for what we need and want. Well, on the other side of that, the shadow of that is people pleasing. It's basically doing the opposite, wanting things to be harmonious for the sake of harmony and not for the sake of truth. Do you know what I mean? It's like, I would rather us get along and not fight rather than have to have a difficult discussion with you. Like that would be a negative way to approach Libra season. So make sure that the harmony that you're creating in your life is real and it's based on real communication, honesty, and listening to other people so that you really are improving those relationships and strengthening them, not doing some sort of people-pleasing thing where that never works out in the long run, right? It never works out. Somebody always at some point has to get real, and then it's usually a lot harder later on than if you just were honest from the get-go, right? All right, and then indecisiveness, another Libra thing. So because Libras weigh everything out, the sign of the scales, when you're trying to balance something, you have to weigh it out, right? You have to be like, okay, so I see this, I see that. You're taking all of these things into account. And sometimes Libras can get caught up in having like way too many things that they're thinking of at once. I can totally relate to this, by the way. And then it's like they kind of get into analysis paralysis and they don't do anything. And that's really, really bad because this season is meant to be used for like forward movement for all of us. So if you get stuck and you start to feel indecisive, take a moment away. Try some like journaling or, do one of those wellness activities. But you've got to remind yourself that no matter what, you have to make a decision because it is so easy during this season to just kind of want to, just see how things go. And you just don't do that. Trust me on this. You want to make decisions and you want to use this energy to move forward. Okay. And then last but not least, getting caught up in the moment and making commitments that you can't keep. So Venus energy, all this love and romance we've been talking about, all this fun, if it's not grounded in reality or if it doesn't like align with your truth, you can only keep it up for so long, right? So just like kind of with that fitness routine we talked about, if you don't like your fitness routine, you're only going to keep it up for as long as you can force yourself to do it, right? So the same thing with, love and other areas of commitment during Libra season. Everything looks a little bit shinier during this time. Everybody's a little more charming, including you. So watch out. You might be attracting a lot of attention. So just be sure that you stay grounded, keep your, both feet planted. And if something is meant to be, you can always make that commitment. After Libra season, this is really the time to explore and like form those connections, strengthen connections that you already have, explore new connections and possibilities, but don't make any new commitments during Libra season because it's just so intoxicating with all the Venus vibes. You don't want to have to backpedal later, like Kim Kardashian with the 72 day wedding. Yeah. So it was, we just want to stay away from that. The 72 day marriage. I'm sorry. We just want to stay away from that. All right, so coming up next, we are going to talk about some fall-winter trends that scream Libra season and how we can all channel that Venus vibe. So let's talk about fashion and style. I said that we can all explore, our wardrobes and try to incorporate some new styles that make us feel good. Well, another way to do that is to just look at Libra season and the Libras that we know of who have great style to channel some of that energy more, especially if you're wanting to attract new love. Looking like a Libra can help you do that during Libra season. So let's get into it. First of all, lucky colors during this season: light blue and pink. I'm actually wearing this Libra season color on purpose so you guys can see it. This is a very lucky color. See how it's like if you're watching on YouTube, it's like a blush pink, like very feminine. I've got a little poofy sleeve here. Like I'm wearing some pearl earrings. Libra energy is all about elegance, and think of like old Hollywood glamour. That's like one element of Libra season. Another element of Libra style is like ultra feminine and sparkly. So think about Dua Lipa, for example. She is one of my favorite Libra style icons because she's a Libra rising, which means that she looks like a Libra. So if you just look at her and her outfits, like that's Libra right there. And she wears a lot of, and looks really beautiful when she wears like purples, blues, pinks. She does a lot of the pastel, a lot of the sparkles. She wears a lot of this brand called Area. And so there's always like a very feminine element to that. Like they're like butterflies or flowers. It's so ultra feminine. And Venus is a very feminine energy. So if you want to think about like traditional, feminine vibes, that's going to help you capture the Libra season energy. Also, for fall winter 2022, I am happy to see that they're having some fun because I think we all need a little bit of fun right now. And Barbiecore, you guys have probably heard of this, right? I'm sure we have. Barbiecore is still going strong. Everybody got inspired because of the Barbie movie that's going to be coming out in 2023. And so it's all over the runways still. So I love it. It's like Valentino is a really good example. They had like different colors of pink, and it's all about like color blocking with pink and like vibrant colors, dressing very, very almost like a doll, like incorporating like bows and things like that. That's very Libra. So think like having fun and playing up your femininity almost to where it's like, not like a costume, but like kind of, like if you've ever wanted to incorporate more like girly elements into your wardrobe, Libra season is great for that because you'll just be channeling the vibe. You'll be on the right wavelength. And so there are just a lot of really beautiful looks out there that you can start to incorporate during Libra season. Long skirts, that's another one. Just like elegant long skirts, think old Hollywood, think cuts that show off your figure, but are still modest because Venus is not a very like in your face energy. The femininity of Venus, the planet Venus is very like sensual. So think romantic, think florals, think pastels, crystals, beautiful jewelry that catches the eye. It's a little more subtle than Leo, but it's still very much out there. It's still very eye-catching. Bridget Bardot has really good, like she's that classic actress, Bridget Bardot has really good Libra vibes. I think she's a Libra rising, but she made that hairstyle with the two little bows, like very famous, and it actually looks really cool on her. So the more you can play with these elements of femininity and mix in your own style, the more Libra your wardrobe will be this season. And style is so important when it comes to astrology. There are some really cool ways that you can really channel your self-expression and by looking into your birth chart. So in another episode, I cannot wait to tell you guys the exact placements that you can find in your birth chart that will tell you how to dress, not only for your body type, but also for your energy, like what's going to really help you shine. It's so much fun and it gets very specific. So we're going to do that in another episode. So that's something that I just cannot wait for us to dive into. And this has been so much fun, you guys. I hope that you really enjoy and embrace Libra season and all of the opportunities for partnership and just getting along better with the people in our lives, experiencing more love, more fun. We just came out of Virgo season. Virgo season, hopefully we all got organized. We, put our noses to the grindstone. We were working hard, and Libra season's kind of like a little vacation from all of that. So embrace it. Have a great time. You guys are so beautiful inside and out. So just remember that. Let yourself shine during Libra season. And be sure that you guys subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, hit that little plus sign so that you can get notifications every time we have a new episode every single Tuesday. You guys have a great week, and I will see you next Tuesday.